Hey, YouTubers, Tazman here, bringing you another episode of Fantasy Grounds from the ground up. Fantasy Grounds Unity from the ground up. And in our last episode, we created an Acolyte Barbarian Dragonborn. And in this episode, we're going to move down the chain. We're going to make ourselves a Charlatan, Bard, and a Dwarf. Not the most likely combination there. But that's okay. That's what makes this fun. Actually, a Bard Charlatan is pretty good, and a Dwarf is fine. I usually imagine Dwarfs being more warriors and paladins and stuff like that than a Bard. So anyway, let's go ahead and continue on with a new character. So we made our Dragonborn Barbarian. This time around, we are going to make a dwarf dwarf DWAR, a dwarf bard. And let's go ahead and begin. So first thing we want to do is, I'm going to close these out because I don't think we need them anymore. So let's get our Charlatan background here. And I think I like it having this. Let's go ahead and first roll our stats. We're just going to hit this button here 6 times, which will roll the 46 and get rid of the lowest one. We also could do the point buy system, or we could do the standard array. But this is more fun. We could get a really bad character that's going to be a challenge and fun to play, or a really overpowered character. Who knows? So let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not super powered. I mean, considering that a 10 is an average person, human, whatever you want to say. Our lowest one is an 11, which is going to also be that. So let's go ahead and look at a couple things really quick before we actually divvy these out and before we start doing this. What we want to look at primarily is what bards use. So we're going to come down here to the quick bard, or the quick build, because this gives you really quick where you want to divvy your most points. So you can make a bard quickly by following these suggestions first. Charisma is your highest ability score, followed by dexterity. Second, choose entertainer background. Too bad we're not doing that. Third, choose dancing lights and vicious mockery cantrips. We don't care about any of that. All we really care about is what is recommended as the first and second. So charisma is first. So let's go ahead. Before we even do that, I still like to actually see what these values are going to be. I mean, we could come in here, scroll all the way to the bottom, and go look and see, what, up a little higher. Where does it say ability improvement? So I could see here that we do get, oh, that's the wrong thing. Where is it? Did I go too far? Class features. I think it's up here maybe. Anyway, what I like to be able to see is what values are here so I can more accurately divvy out my values. So I'm not going to do that just right now, but I do know what I want. Charisma and dex, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and we will add the Charlatan first, as we do, because this is going to tell us what skills it just gives us, which is deception and sleight of hand. We'll go ahead and close that for the moment, and then let's go ahead and also choose Bard. So we'll go ahead and put Bard in there, and now we get to choose an additional 3 skills, but we do not want to choose deception or sleight of hand. So being a dex, I think if we're pounding our highest thing dex, acrobatics use dex, that'd be really good. Performance would probably be good, which uses your charisma. And as a bard, you're always trying to perform. And what else? Let's do. Do we want perception? Nah. Let's do stealth. So let's do those three, and now we'll see that we've actually got our values in here. Oh, actually, it's not this one. It's the dwarf that gives them to us. That's why I can find it, because it's right here. Ability score increase. Alright, so let's go ahead and add the dwarf. And this will actually say, okay, what kind of dwarf are you going to be? We're just going to use the ones that are inside of the player's handbook, which is basically the mountain dwarf and the hill dwarf, I think. And I think I want whichever one is going to do something for my charisma or my dex. And I don't think either of these will do anything for that. Let's try, is it hill? Oh, that's hill mountain dwarf. Why is there two hill dwarfs? And it's the same thing. Must be because of different mods. So let's go ahead in here. Ability scores for mountain dwarf. That gives strength. We really don't care too much about our strength. We could be a Underdark dwarf. And that's strength too. I think we're going to choose hill dwarf, which will give us one more wisdom. Which is kind of poo-poo. We didn't say that we wanted, wow, there's 3 hill dwarfs. Are they all exactly the same? Wisdom score, yes. Alright, let's just go ahead and choose hill dwarf. There, that's what I was looking for. So that gives us a +2 to our con. So the nice thing about this is we could actually get rid of this one that's going to be a 0 and throw it there. We could throw it into wisdom and get a 15 instead of a 14. But it did say we want to put our maxes in wisdom. Wait, no, wait, I can't remember. Creating a bard, quick build, charisma, and dex. Dex, that's right, dex. So let's go ahead and put our 16s there. And here. Or whoops, not here. Here. So that's our 16s. Our constitution, so that gets rid of those 2. If we wanted, I would rather have our constitution be high. So we could have it be a 16 as well, because 14 plus 2 is 16. And that leaves us with, why does that one have 3 dots? Oh, because we just can't see it. Why has it even got 3 dots up there? I'm not sure, but that is 12. So we still have 12, 11, and 12. I'm going to, a bard usually doesn't rely too much on their strength as much as they do everything else. And then we'll go ahead and put a 12 in here. And our wisdom will be a 13 because that +1. All right, so there we go. That takes care of our initial stats. The other thing is, now that we can see, we use the 1d8 plus our con, which is 3, so that's, is that 11? So that will be our max hit points right now, because we're level 1. And I think that should take care of everything on the first page. If we go in here, we can see how'd that do for our stealth. It went up to +5, +5, +5, +5. Wow. And +5. Everything that we got proficiency in is +5. Not too bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. So the next thing we need to do is go look at, I like to do inventory. And the reason for that is just so I can get rid of these boxes. So we're going to go ahead and do inventory. I'm going to move this over here now that we shouldn't need it to roll anything. Actually, we might if we do the roll table things. But all we need to do is see it a little bit. Hold on just 1 second. All right. So, as a charlatan now, what is the charlatan scam table? I cheated games a chance. I saved coins. Let's go ahead and roll that. I insinuate. Yeah, it's a 3. I insinuate myself into people's lives or prey on their weaknesses and secure their fortunes. So this could be just a note just to help you role play your character. Um, just kind of your attitude kind of thing. But what we really want to do is look at this stuff right here. We already know we got deception sleight of hand. We have proficiency in disguise kit and forgery kit. Now this is up to the GM. Some GMs will say because you have the proficiency in it, you probably own it. And I'm that way. I say, if you're proficient in it, then I'm going to go ahead and say you can own it when it's these little kits. Now, if it's weapons and stuff like that, no, you don't own every single simple weapon. You just are proficient in them. But I do that for these things. So we're actually going to give the forgery kit and the disguise kit. Let's go ahead and do my standard thing here. CP, SP, EP, GP, and PP. There we go. Alrighty, so now we need to go find those kits. We've covered up items. So wait a second. And there we go. I don't know why that always likes appearing off the screen. Alright, so we have DISGU, disguise kit. Go ahead and grab that, like so, and forge, F-O-R-G, forgery kit. Now, I don't think it really matters unless one of these actually give different things, but right now it's just a forgery kit. It doesn't actually have components inside of it, so I don't think it really matters. Alright, so now we have find clothes. CLOTGS. And I know there's a find in here. Just go ahead and grab that one. There's our find clothes. We get a disguise kit. So here it actually is telling us we get a disguise kit, which is nice. Tools of the con, your choice. 10 stoppered bottles filled with colored liquid, a set of weighted dice, a deck of marked cards, or a signet ring of an imaginary duke. I think I want the signet ring. Or, we could use the dice or something. I don't know. We're just going to do the signet ring. Sig. That should be enough. Signet ring. So as a charlatan, we're kind of a con man. I am a GIMARYDUKE. So it's an imaginary family. Then we have a pouch, which we know how to do here. POUCH, pouch. Just grab one of those. We have 15 gold pieces. So 15. Alright, so that completes all the components of this other than doing the notes and doing the personality. So let's go and do this, and we'll go ahead and roll. I pocket anything I see. That definitely seems like a charlatan type of thing. Then we'll go enter, we'll go ahead and roll again. 4. I'm a born gambler who can't resist taking a risk or a potential payoff. Beautiful. Let's go ahead. The next one, the ideal table. And I'm a independence. I'm a free spirit. They're chaotic. So knowing they're chaotic, let's make them Is it chaotic neutral? I'm trying to think. So lawful good. Law. Uh, wait. Law. Let me think. Lawful good, neutral good, chaotic good. Yeah. So I think it's chaotic. So I think we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna make it CHAOTIC. Chaotic neutral. EUTRAL. As that seems to match that. You don't have to do that. That's just seems actually pretty good to me in this case. Let's go and roll your bond. I have no bond. Oh, whoops, I don't want to close that yet. Although I could, I guess. I swindled or ruined a person who didn't deserve it. I seek to atone for my misdeeds. So I mean, we still have a heart. So we are good. We're neutral good. We feel bad that we did that. So, oh well, we're chaotic neutral. Yeah, I think that still fits. And then of course we have our flaw, which is going to be a 2, which is I am always in debt. I spend my ill-gotten gains on decadent luxuries faster than I bring them in. So I'm always in debt. Which, you know, that could also add to the story as, you know, I have some card sharks and such, or not card sharks. What are the ones, the gambling guys? Bookies. I have bookies hunting me down and stuff. So definitely have some fun with that. And that pretty much takes care of our background. Let's go ahead and just leave this guy here. Let's go ahead and go with Bard now, since that actually gives us items as well. So scrolling down, we come to what we have. Here's our proficiencies. Okay, so we can have a rapier, a longsword, or any simple weapon. I think we'll just go with a rapier. Seems like a good weapon. This might actually pull up too. Waiting. There we go. Let's make sure we're in the inventory tab, and let's see, a rapier. Quarterstaff, sickle. Actually, it should have been, did I pass it? Oh, because it's martial, isn't it? Because it's a specific weapon they're talking about. So let's go down here, I believe. At least I think it is. Wow. I probably would have been better just typing rapier. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and just grab that. We have a rapier. And we'll go ahead and close this, because holy cow. So then we also have a diplomat's pack or an entertainer's pack. I'm thinking, since we're charlatan, I think we're going to be an entertainer. Personally. Entertainer's pack. Let's just grab that one. This is going to fill up a lot of junk. Then, of course, we have a lute or any other musical instrument. I think a lute's fine. So go ahead and grab a lute, throw it in there. Before I forget, let's do a potion of healing, Potion, because I give all my players 1 potion of healing to begin with. Once again, this is up to the GM. And then finally, we have leather armor and a dagger. So let's go ahead and do a dagger. Do a dagger. Just a regular. Not X crispy. And leather armor. And just because I'm going to be nice, I'm going to give it... No, actually, let's do leather. I was going to say I'll just do studded leather because it gives one extra AC point. But, yeah, they can just have leather. Alright, so... as we were showing in our previous previous episode, I guess, I do like to kind of put things in locations just to make it so I can drop off my backpack anytime. So we do that, we put that in there. We have costume clothes, we have fine clothes, our daggers on our belt. Oh, we have 2 disguise kits because it actually just gave us one inside our thing. So we'll just get rid of one of those. Those are actually going to be in there. That's going to be in there. Our leather armor we're wearing. Our loot, it's probably more on our back. That's in there. That's in there. The rapier's not. The rations are. The ring is on my finger, and the water skin is. And there we go. Alright, so that gets everything all taken care of with that. So now what we want to do is go ahead, come back up to abilities, and we're going to look at which one of these actually have something that we need to create a spell type thing for. Now, I didn't mention this in the last one, but we use the Rob Tui's coding effects for features, feats, traits, and spells. You do not have to do that. It's just easier to use his built ones. You can actually do them yourself, and I'll try and remember when we get to actually that part to show you what I mean there. So you inspire each other. Okay, so that is definitely something. False identity. You create a second identity, includes documentation. Disguises assume persona. Additionally, you can forge documents including papers as long as you have an example. So that's definitely nothing that is real special. Spell casting, we already know, is a big thing. Dwarven combat training. You have proficiency with battle axe, hand axe, hammer, and warhammer, which is already. Is that down in here? That is not. Let's add that to our list. So if we pick up any of these things, it will automatically parse it and know that we actually have those proficiencies. So we're going to go ahead and hit Control C, escape that, go ahead and close that, and add those things right there. So battle axes, I don't think any of those are repeated. Warhammer, rapier, no. Alright, so we have that. Dwarven toughness, I think this is definitely one. Your hit point maximum increases +1. Your hit point, no, actually I don't think that has one. We'll check. Stone cunning, I know that one has something. So we'll put that right there. And tool proficiency, I don't think we need anything here. You gain proficiency with the artisan's tool of your choice. Smith's tools, brewers, or mason tools. Let's do brewer supplies. So once again, we'll go ahead and grab this. Control C, and we'll actually give our character the brewer's kit, I think, if there is one. So let's go back to inventory real quick. Of course, I closed out items, but at least we've done it recently, so it'll open quick. BREWER. We sure do have brewer supplies. Nice. And we'll also put that in our backpack. Backpack. Hello. Fine, do it this way. Control C and Control V. There we go. So now we also have our brewer supplies. We can make our own ale. It'll be great. Okay, so that takes care of all that stuff. We have common dwarvish, so we don't need anything there. We have our inventory is pretty much done. Our notes, we could add our gender, age. I'm not going to worry about that. Now let's go into our actions. So with spellcasting, actually we need that spellcasting one back. Right here, because this is going to tell us our stuff. We will hold off just on it for a minute on that while we do these other ones. So as usual, I do like to have some standard actions. actions, go ahead and do that. And if we go look at our spells, and wait for it to load. We can add our standard actions. Now, some of these standard actions are actually no more than just a quick notifier to let you know that you're doing this, such as readying an action or helping someone. It just puts a little note on your under the effects section of the combat tracker to let you know, oh yeah, this is what you're doing. So they're all under class features. There we go. And we have dodge, which is that one. We have help, we have hide, and we have ready action. So ready in action would be something that has a trigger on it saying, if something hostile comes through this door, I'm going to shoot it. So these are your standard actions. If we go look at them, for example, dodge here, you'll see that it just says, I'm doing dodge, it's to myself, it lasts 1 round. It doesn't actually do anything specifically. However, this one does. Action help, so whoever I'm helping, they get advantage on all checks and all attack actions for 1 round. So there are some that you can actually do, and you can see here that you could actually code this yourself. This first part is the name, or what it'll actually call it, and then a semicolon. Then if you go look the wiki for Fantasy Grounds, go look at conditions and effects, you'll find all these things. This is ADVCHK, and then a colon all, which means that they get advantage on all checks, and then the person gets advantage on attack. It lasts for 1 round. Whoever is targeted gets it, and it expends on the next action. So the next time they use it, or once it's their turn again, it's gone. So any of these spells and stuff that we're going to do, you can actually expand like that and actually see the components behind it. Now our little bard here does not have a shield. He's not proficient in shields, so I think that's all we need with him. Let's go ahead and do our consumables as well. Whoops, that's the wrong side. CONSUMABLES, which we've done before in other episodes. So let's go look at anything that has a quantity higher. So we have candles. They only need 1 pair of clothes that are costume clothes. I don't know why it says 2. We have rations. That should be 10. It's always 10. Why does it say 5? Maybe, actually, I bet you it's the entertainer's pack. I've never really used the entertainer's pack. So yeah, it looks like candles and rations and the water skin is it, and then our potion. So let's go back over, go ahead and close that. Go back over here, we will do our HEAL healing, POTION. We have our, whoa, can't spell. So we have our healing potion. Let's go and click on and off. Add one, click on and off. This is definitely one of the quirks, is you actually have to click it on and off. Let's see, so we had water skin, rations, and candles, right? I believe so. Rations, candle, and water skin. Yeah. No torches. All right. So let's go and do that. So first of all, we have our healing potion. Let's do our RATIONS, rations, WATRSKIN, and CANDLES. Is that how you spell candles? CANDLE. And that's how I spell it. Sweet. Okay, so here are our consumables. Let's go ahead and click on this and then go to prep mode. So it said we had 5 candles. We have 1 healing potion. We have 5 rations. And usually I give a full day's. I'm not sure why. I guess it didn't say daily rations. It said rations. So I usually say the water skins the same as rations, which is 10, but I'm going to say this water skin is no smaller than regular ones. Alright, so the only thing we have to do now on healing potion is actually turn it so that it has an action associated with it. So if we right click on it, add action, add heal. Then we can come into the little magnifying glass here. We can grab our dice, click it, right click it once, drop it in there, and add 2. Because basic healing potion does 2d4 plus 2. And that's it. Go ahead and close that. And now this will work as a healing potion. Now, once you've used it, you actually have to check off the little dot to say you've used it. But I don't actually say until the end of the session would you come in here and have to zero this out. I wouldn't delete it because you might get another one, so just put 0 there. But usually I do that at the end of the session to do inventory maintenance and stuff. Alright, so that takes care of the consumables. So now let's go look at our, let's make this a little bigger. So now, since we're in features, might as well do features. This is class features, so let's go find class of a bard, which is right there. And we do have one for bardic inspiration, which is that guy right there. In fact, it looks like we have 2. Oh, that's combat. So bardic inspiration, we will go ahead and drag that onto here. You'll see it'll automatically say it's a cantrip. We don't want that. We just change this right here to say CLA class FEATURES. Hopefully I spelled that right. Click off of it. We can also, we know we're a bard, so we can get rid of the part that says a bard. This is simply for sorting in the list. And that's it. Now we have class features. We can get rid of that spells. We don't have combat inspiration. We don't have that. We don't have cutting words until we hit a different level, I believe. General trades, yeah. So that is our class features. We will also have racial traits. And why did I close out spells? So let's go ahead and close this. This is going to be our trait. This is the one I'm not 100% sure if it's going to say it's a trait or not. I kind of get the feeling that it just automatically does this for us. So let's go ahead and change this now from Bard. Oh, first, let's change this to race traits and change it from Bard to Dwarf. So we have Dwarven Resilience, which... Why didn't I bring that one out? Because I know it's in here. It's more of a reminder one. I think that's why I didn't do it. So we have Dwarven Resilience, and we have Stone Cutting. So we'll go and put both those in there. Actually, I shouldn't have done both of them yet. And this is why. Because when I change this, RACETRAITS, racial, let's do we'll just do race traits. So now you'll see it actually threw that one out. So there we go. Ignore that. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can get rid of this one, which it tried duplicating, and get rid of that one. Alright, so now we have our race traits, we have our class features, so we can close that. Oops, wrong thing. We can minimize that, we can minimize that. And now we just have the remaining Bard effects, which once again, if we come in here, we can go back up to Bard, and we can change this to spells. And then if we bring this guy, actually let's bring this down here and we can see what we get. Just try and expand the window. There we go. Alright, so we get cantrips. We get 2 cantrips, so those are level 0 spells. So let's go in here, level 0, and we get 2 of them. So Bardic Ward, Fringe, Light, Mage Hand, Mending, Minor Illusion, Prestidigitation, Thunderclap. I think, kind of being the charlatan that we are, Mage Hand would definitely be a good one, because we could use it in cheating and stuff. So we get 2. So let's just do Mage Hand. We're not going to put way too much time into this part. And maybe Minor Illusion, which could help with our performance. Although Dancing Light was in there too. I just copied that because I dragged it back inside this window, which I'll have to just delete in a minute. I'm actually going to do Dancing Lights instead. That could make our performances really epic. Alright, and then really quick, I want to just go to uncategorized. Oh, maybe it didn't copy it. Good. Spells, let me just double check. Yes, actually it did, it's right there. It just put it in this category as all. Okay, so those are those, and now let's go look. The bard table shows how many spell slots you have. So if we go to the bard table, we have 4 known spells. So let's go ahead and do that. Yep. So now we can go to level 1 and we can grab 4 known spells. So I'm just going to quickly do this. I think Charmed Person might be a good one. However, I do think, doesn't it say that the person that was charmed knows they were charmed? The creature knows it was charmed, so that could be a fun one. Comprehend languages, cure wounds. Cure wounds is always kind of a staple. Or healing word. I can't remember which one of those is better. Featherfall, Distort. Let's do, right now I guess he's kind of our healer at the moment, so let's just do that. Go ahead and minimize that. And finally, maybe something else to bless our Unseen Servant. Actually is pretty good. And there we go. Now we have Unseen Servant. So once again, like I said, these spells generally just have these little things attached to them, which make them like a Cure Wounds. It does a healing of 1d8. We have this down here, which is Healing Word, does a 1d4. Unseen Servant doesn't have anything special attached to it. It's just something you do. Charm Person, same. So now we pretty much, I think we have all our different things. Now a really nice thing to do, and I mentioned this in my other video, but you have down here 2 buttons. When you are setting up, it's best to have them in standard and group. When you're actually playing, it's good to change this from group, because it's showing the group. Summary is basically just getting rid of the group portion, but still has everything else. But action is the best one, because then it actually has this little icon here. And then you have standard over here. You have preparation, where you can set the values and what's prepared for the day. And then you can change it to combat, which makes it so that you can actually have them disappear once you use them. So if we click on Healing Potion as used, it now disappears from the thing. Let's go ahead and where do I reset you? Under here, under standard. And our Healing Potion, did I not do that all right? It says healing. Usually it puts the little icon right there. I'm not sure why it's not doing that. But see, as you can see, that will actually do the heal. Type HP. Everything in here looks right. I mean, we could make it so it's ourself, but you do want that on target. But usually it draws the little healing plus over to the edge so you can actually do it. Really weird. Oh, the other thing we could do here is in race traits, once we're out of prep, we could get rid of Dwarf on these because we know we're Dwarf. Just like that. That is really weird. I'm going to have to look up why maybe because I'm pretty sure we did everything correct there. And I clicked it here, right? Healing. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, well, guys, that does it for this episode. We now have a Charlatan Dwarven Bard. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, check out my Discord and my other channels. Don't forget about my great big game giveaway. We are there. We have done it. We have 1,060 subs, I believe, now. So, it's going to happen. July 1st, I will probably be doing the announcing of who the winners are. So be sure to join my Discord. The information should pop up on the screen right around this area right now-ish. That's the code to join the server. All you have to do is download Discord, which is free. Once you're in there, click on the little plus under the servers that you're in. It's usually a green one. And then put that code in. And that's it. So until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.